Today, I filmed some content for you today on our WireEDM leveling adapter kit. It's a great universal kit to hold round parts, small parts for your WireEDM. This is the leveling adapter. So this is the piece that would sit on your WireEDM rail. You can see here it's got a couple mounting holes to sit on your rail. We also have the same leveling adapter in 3R style, where you have an actual 3R chuck that you can put on your WireEDM kit. This sits on top of the chuck. So you would fix this to your rail and then mount this wherever you needed to on your rail. So this is the leveling adapter. They call this the leveling adapter because it actually can take your part or whatever you put onto it and it levels it before you start your WireEDM. This particular kit comes, you get the leveling adapter, you get a nice vise, you get a lobster claw for some of your bigger round parts, and you also get this little guy, which is an edge clamp. I'll show you how it goes together. Basically, this would sit on your WireEDM rail. Then you take one of these devices, they all have the same bolt hole pattern that fit on the bottom of the leveling adapter, like this. It's pretty neat. It comes with a dowel pin and also an eccentric or elongated dowel. All these pieces have the same mounting system. So there's 4 holes for screws and then the elongated dowel. What the elongated dowel does, if you put the saddle bolts up, what they do is they'll create spring tension on your parts to hold them together so they don't come loose. We'll just put in a couple screws just to show you for sample. Here's another one. There. Now your edge clamp is affixed to your WireEDM. So this part would be on your WireEDM rail. This part would be overhanging into your WireEDM tank. Now comes the leveling part. There's screws on here. So basically, this thing has the ability to be leveled in all 3 axes, X, Y, and Z. So if you adjust here, that will, when you're indicating across this face, then your part will be level or not front to back by adjusting this screw. So you would run an indicator along here, adjust the screw till it's 0, 0. This one here is the same principle, but when you run an indicator across the side to side, this one would actually tilt it back and forth till you get 0, 0. Then the elongated dowel pin is now inside the hole. When we turn that pin, because it's off center, it'll actually indicate this face back and forth till your part is nice and square. Whether you have this part, your WireEDM vise, you would run an indicator along this face, or your lobster claw, you would run an indicator along this face to make sure your parts are nice and square. So you have the ability, that's why they call this the leveling adapter. So you have the ability to level it through these 2 screws or the eccentric screw in the middle, so that way you can level it on the X, Y, and Z. Now I'll show you how these work. This would be for smaller parts. So if you had tiny parts to fit in here, you put them in there, tighten these screws, these would pivot the clamps back and forth to hold in your part. This also has the ability, this is a nice universal piece. So if I take these out, I can add, we have riser screws. So you can use the same edge clamping for smaller parts or taller parts. So I would screw these in here. And now we saw another piece that would sit on here with screws. Now you can clamp taller parts with the same edge clamp. With these, you can clamp smaller parts. With these, you can clamp taller parts. So it's nice. It's universal. You can clamp different size parts really accurately on your WireEDM. That's the WireEDM kit, leveling adapter with different parts. If you need it, follow us on the website. Thanks.